G'day traders, John from Crypto Candlestick Trading, just doing an update on Bitcoin. Just having a look at Bitcoin today. And so I just wanted to point out a few things that I'm seeing with Bitcoin, and we'll start with the weekly and do a little bit of a top-down analysis just quickly. And so here with the weekly chart, I'll just shrink this right up. I'll get rid of the drawings. Actually, I'll get rid of all the drawings and completely. All right, and we'll start again. And so I just want to have a look at Bitcoin for the very long term and just go like right top down. And so here we can see the Bitcoin's history all the way back here when it was like, 70 cents and all that sort of stuff. And then, we can kind of see that, like the volume was quite sporadic, like it's pretty much all over the shop. But we can see here with the rises here that, like there was, like coming out of these lows, there was good volume rising, coming out of the lows, like, there's good supporting volume over and over again for this rise that's going up. Even over here with this one here, we can see like, we can see some little pops in volume there, all that nice accumulation that's going on there. And then we can see here, there's rising in volume as this market's going up, to support the rise. Same here again, like a little bit higher, same again. Now here, even though we're below the major moving averages, if we've got a push to the moving averages, we still get green volume that pushes us to those moving averages usually. Even if there's not like four pops or whatever, there might be, two or three. But anyway, so what I wanted to do was what you've seen there, just with those pops in volume, let's just have a look at the pop in volume for this one here. And, here we can see the average volume, that watermark, the waterline, and here we can't see any volume that's popped over it. So this brings up a major question in my mind. Is big money participating in this event? And it, judging by the look of the volume, they're not. Here we can see declining volume as we're rising, and we can see the pop there, which is pretty clear. It's below the both, two major moving averages. Now, it's not just us that see that. Big money use these major moving averages. So, that's the banks and, big institutions use these moving averages. They're very, very widely used. So, it's not just us to see them. So when we have a pop up to here, like a breakout candle with volume, that's not the volume that we're after. We want bigger and better than that. And we want this to be above everything. And so far, everyone knows that we're not above everything. And so, come back down and had a reversal, and we've got a pop in volume. Even though it's red, there was a lot of buying that came back into this candle here. And now on this one here, it'll be interesting to see what we do with this one. We've still got 2 days and 19 hours to go until this candle's finished. But here we can see that we've got 2 points of resistance here that's broken through, and the 200 moving average that is broken through. Now, our first point of resistance is here. They're the first 2 points of resistance that was broken through. But here, so we've got previous support, breakthrough becomes new resistance, and we're up to that point right now on the weekly chart. So, will we break through that, or will we pull back below that? Who knows? But one thing I am looking at from this, because we can't really trade what we think is going to happen. We've got to trade what the market tells us to do. And so at this stage here, it's quite unclear messages. But while we're above the 200, if we do see strength coming into the market above the 200 on the weekly chart, I'm going to be, waiting for it to, close above here, pull back to the 200 and give us some sort of reversal off there. But I'm going to mark the 200 and I'll be down on the 4-hour charts looking for my reversal on shorter term timeframes like that. Now that we've gone up to here, if all of a sudden we pull back below the 200 and below this previous resistance or now support, if we pull back below that and then that acts as resistance again and gives me a reversal, I'll be going short. My bias is still to the downside, even though it could be very wrong. Like sometimes really bad setups in the crypto market work, and most of the time they don't. But every now and then they do. So this market could still do anything it wants, and at this stage, it's got a green candle that's closed above everything. That's trading above everything. It hasn't done, hasn't closed there yet. This could actually turn into, its own shooting star. Who knows? Anyway, so that's the weekly chart. Let's have a quick look at the daily chart. See what we're looking at there. So here we are. So I just want to explain the volume a little bit more on the daily chart. And so here we've come down. I'll just go from those lows there. So here we're in the base, like the bottom of the base. Actually, so this is coming down into the base. I just want to get from the base. I don't want to confuse you with this volume that's happened here. So we're in the base here, and we're coming out of the base, and we've got volume that's accumulating. It's happening. It's good. And here we've got volume that's going up as well. Things are looking good. But there's one problem with the biggest volume that we've got in this whole rally. Like up there, up, and here we go up again. And the biggest problem that we've got here, so we've got previous resistance at this line here. Let me just mark that up. Previous resistance on that one there. So if I bring that up, so this is where big money were watching before. Here we had the selling climax, and then we came all the way back up to this one here, which was almost support and resistance, but it wasn't quite. And then now we came back up, had another go, came back down and found support. We're above the moving average here, and then we've taken off, but this seems like a wild, furious advance. Now here we can see that we've come out of oversold, and also we've got rising volume, which is good, rising market, which is good. This candle here is the one that concerns me, and that's the one that we had about 3 days ago. So here we can see that we've got a shooting star and we've got the biggest volume. So let's just go through what happened on the day. They this candle closed, this candle opened, and all of a sudden it traded, and it was green. All the way up here it was green, and everyone's cheering, going, yeah, this is great. And then all of a sudden it starts selling off, and it sells off that much that all of a sudden now we've got a reversal candle. So let's just have a bit of a guesstimate here. If that's 100%, could we say that maybe 70% of people pulled out and sold out? So why is it 70% of people had sold this market, up in these highs here, and on top of that, who was selling? They've enticed everyone here to get involved in the market, to get everyone, excited and buying and, taking equity out of their homes to put into the market. But who's up here selling? That's my question. I'm a little bit concerned about this person up here selling. That's all. And especially the volume there to back it up. And it's above all the other buying volume that's happened. Anyway, so that's a little bit of my thinking with the market. Now I'll just shrink it up a little bit. I'll only go on for another minute or so, and I'll pull the pin. So here we go. We've got resistance all the way up to here, and we've come back down and we've closed below this resistance. But now we're above it, but we haven't closed above it. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens today. But this area here, I'm expecting a potential reversal from this area, and even if it doesn't reach it, I'll tell you something. I've got friends that actually trade the market, and they do very specific kind of trading, and their entries are fabulous, really. And what they do is, if you get a shooting star like this, say for example, and this is 100% of a candle, 2/3 of the candle, and just come back a little bit. So let's just say that like say 60%, or you're down 40%. What they will do is have an entry here, 40% from this high, because they know that this is a resistance for a few reasons. So I'll have 40% from this high here, and they'll have an entry to go short. So it's a limit order to go short. So it'll be, like let's say it's opened up here, and they're hoping that it'll get a quick pop to here to go into a short position. And their stops, by the way, are way up past here. So if this has a quick spike up and above and comes down, then, they can take advantage of that too. But, anyway, so that's where they would place these trades, and they would do it because of this, kind of scenario here, simply because we've got a shooting star and we've got 2 reasons for reversal. Even though we've got good strength coming into the market, we can see there's a lot of, look at this madness distribution that's happened here as well. Anyway, it just, to me, it looks, we're doing some good things, but it looks shady. That's all I got to say. It looks a little bit shady to me. So anyway, Bitcoin could do anything. If above the, on the weekly charts, it pulls back, gives me strength, I'll be buying. If it breaks below and pulls back and gives me strength coming down, I'll be selling, going short. I want to make some, get some money out of this crypto. Righto, traders. Anyway, I'll talk to you again soon. If you have any questions with your charts, please let me know. More than happy to talk about charts. See you.